Welcome to the first edition of the Michigan Oil and Gas Monthly Magazine. Each month we'll be publishing a recap of the activity happening in the Michigan oil patch. If you look just below the map, you'll always see the most recent article. This is the first one. So you just click on the article and then you can read it. This is just going to be a video version of the same information. We're covering things like applications filed during the month of January, permits issued by the DEQ, how many wells or permits were plugged, and any PRU numbers that were issued, and things like that. We'll do some feature stories along the way too, but let's just dive in and look at the numbers. In the month of January, there were 3 applications filed: Jackson County, Eaton County, and Isabella County. Feel free to press pause and take a minute to look at these if you want to. We had 5 permits issued: Isabella, Manistee, Monroe, and Grand Traverse. These 2 are together. That's a pilot hole. That's what the P stands for. And then this is a horizontal drain hole. Pause here if you want to read these for a minute. And we had 24 permits plugged. The date lags behind the current date because it takes time for the information to get in and to get published, but that's how we're going to record it, how many were published that month. There were 24. Press pause if you want to take a look at those. And then we had 1 new PRU number, 21669. It's the USA Merrill 118A. It produced about 5 barrels of oil a day. And then we have some KPIs, or key performance indicators, that we're going to keep track of. The 5-year trend number permits issued. This is ranking in the last 87 years. How many permits were issued that year and what rank? So these are the slowest 5 years in Michigan history were the last 5 years. So the industry is in decline in our state. Some of the new wells are very big, and some of the stuff going on is still big, but these are the slowest years in Michigan history. We also have the apps to plugs KPI. Same thing, gives us a trend of which way things are going. 3 applications to 24 wells plugged. It's kind of like a plus-minus ratio for a defenseman in hockey. And then the same thing with permits to plugs. 5 permits to 24 wells plugged. And that's really all we're going to do in this. You can feel free to read the article. Remember that what separates respectmyplanet.org is that you can take a permit number like this, press copy, and you could do a search for that permit using our software, and you can take a look at it and see it on the map and zoom in, click on its marker. You could go read its well file. I don't think it has one yet because it's too new. Sometimes when wells just come online, they don't have a well file yet. But you could go to its homepage and you could look at the production. You can see this is probably a re-entry because this is an older well, an older permit number, probably in the, I don't know, I'm not going to guess what year, but this is the new one. You can see it produced for 7 months back in the year 2000, 2001. But the new production here, since it started producing again, is 5 barrels a day. So if you click on the logo, you can refresh the map. And our software, what it's good for, if we tell a story or given a featured article in our monthly magazine, we can show you the difference between wells, let's say, and use our map to show you. So like, for instance, the largest water consumer in Michigan history was the State Excelsior 325 HD1. I could show you that well, and you can see it used 21 million gallons of water. And then when we compare that to an Antrim well, like, for instance, 43187, you can see this well represents the average Antrim well. We looked at 1,600 well files and found that the average Antrim well use between 6,800 gallons of water and 11,450 gallons of water, and sometimes with nitrogen. So this well right here represents a very average Antrim well by way of water consumption at about 10,000 gallons. You can see information about, I don't know why that's zoomed in like that or zoomed out. If I go to the completion page of this well, I can see how much water, 9,878 gallons of water, 610 sacks of sand, and 365,000 standard cubic feet of nitrogen. This is an average Antrim well. So compared to that other one, like I was telling you, that's 2,100 times bigger by way of water consumption. So that's what we're talking about when we compare things. We have the data to support what we say. So if you hear some of these claims made, they might not be true, and that's what we're here to do, is try to educate people about the differences in these things. If you like our public service of providing information, remember, please donate. We are a 501c3 organization, so your donations are tax deductible if you want to see us grow and get bigger. Thank you for watching.
You should get your story straight before I start to doubt it. 'Cause if you want your lipstick off, I wanna hear about it. They're telling me what be such a breeze, say